see my screen.
Ram,
I'll
just
start by I'll start by thanking each and every one of you for joining us on today's episode. I know it's a long weekend people had on the plan, so thank you so much for choosing this, for being a part of this journey where we are talking about text to transformation and the Gita Vahini series. Now we are in episode 20, and the shlokas that we were doing is chapter 2, and we are doing the verses 50 till 55. In last episode, we covered a few verses, and we would be sorry for that. Last month, we did about this transformation where we were talking about converting all our regular tasks into something divine, something that inspires us, or something that like a everyday regular chores where you find a purpose in those as well. So it was titled very nicely from to do to ta-da when you're done. Right. Again, thanking each and every one of you for joining us. We'll get started. But before we do, we wanted to know, how did the last month go for you all? With this, I invite Prasanna Aunty to share the views from the last episode, please.
Saidam, everyone. Thank you, Saidata. We have had a few responses from the Google form we sent, and if you don't remember what happened last session, as Saidata was giving you a summary of it, every moment we do a lot of to-do things, right? And I know last session, Geeta was telling us about how anything that's a to-do list becomes very resistive for us, and how do we convert that resistive nature to reverence? And if it becomes a chore, how do we make it like an offering to Swami? So it's an obligation. We have to do this work, so we are doing it out of grudge, and the mental state is not really in a very pliable way that we are enjoying those to-do lists. And so Brother Suresh had really taught us ways in which we have to start looking inward rather than looking outward. And we had this whole month to practice, right? And we're so grateful that some of us here have shared how they have been able to really apply this learning from the last session. And people have been even actually good about sharing some of the flip is the positive thing, and the flop is where we couldn't do it, right? And so it is the way we are all evolving and trying to become the person who's always looking inward, connecting every moment of the day to be a task that is being offered to Swami, and we are just instruments in his hands doing everything as he wills. How do we remember and do that? And that's where this little things, because most of the days, are we really doing the stuff that are inspirational? I don't know. There's a lot of to-dos, right, in a day. What do you think, Sadhata? It's a mix of everything,
True.
right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
It
in
becomes
that
very
way,
difficult when you try to find a purpose behind the regular thing that you do.
yeah,
Like,
and so and this becomes really helpful when we get so frustrated with those to do, especially
yes.
laundry every day, right? Cleaning our vessels, and I know Brother Suresh was saying, look at a plate, look, think that it is your heart, and you're cleaning off the stuff, and now your heart is so clean, and now you can start seeing your own face in it very clearly. So I would like to see if Sister Uma, who was kind enough to share her experience, to come and tell us about how she flipped. And if there were any flops also, Uma, we'll be happy to hear that, because I know life is a real good mix of flip and flop, right? And especially this summer season, it does make a lot of sense for all of us. Yeah, Sister Uma, would you like to come and join us? I can just add you to our
Sairam.
spotlight. Yeah.
Okay, Sairam.
Right
Sai
on.
Prasanna. Thank you, Sai Datta. I think what I really found powerful, I kind of knew it, but last session when Dr. Suresh Govind said, think that, let's say you invite Swami to your house for tea. And then, then Swami is going to come to your house for tea. Then you just see how you will clean up your house. And my dad always, would say, do things as though you are sort of giving, everything you do is you do it for Swami. But I kind of knew that, but I think this in the session last month, it was so powerful. So, like just doing dishes, and for me, this is the busiest time of the year. I in the library, I work with children, so summer reading program is very busy. So it's been very busy work-wise, and I had to go for a conference. I went to Philadelphia last week, and I came back, and then this weekend I had family. So it's just been busy, a lot of things, and I'm exhausted. But at every time when I feel, oh my God, I can't do this, this is so much, the work is so difficult, I guess I've always tried to remind myself of this class, what we learned and say, okay, Swami is coming, or I'm doing this for Swami. And that has really helped me. Uh, go through it nicely, calmly, beautifully. I had challenges when I went for the conference was so wonderful. I was so worried. How will I handle? My back is hurting. This is happening. That is happening. Flight was delayed, but uh, just kept reminding myself. And another thing I really caught was very strongly was, how judgment comes up, that for me, just I don't, nobody has said anything, but just their mannerisms, I caught myself like up with some kind of like judgment. And I'm like, no, I should just drop that there because I don't even know that is whether that's the truth. So those are some things. I mean, it's not like I have mastered it, but it's a constant thing. So thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Ma. Thanks for sharing. And I know it is not always a very flipping situations, and but the flops are also good, right? It just means that we are completely aware of the flops, which means we are constantly integrated with that feeling. Oh, I didn't do it. Now, next time I'm going to be better at it. Brother Suresh, do you want to add anything to this experience? We are also going to ask the rest of the group how they
Yeah.
did with our Mentimeter. Maybe after that we can invite Brother Suresh. Or Brother Suresh, would you like to add anything now? I know you
No,
came.
I'm very inspired just now by sister, what she said. Very nice, very excellent. Excellent. This is out. Nice. Right on.
Saira. So we'll see how everybody has done. So there's a Mentimeter question that we could probably try. Where's the Mentimeter? Ah, okay. So please scan this with your phone, and then Saidata has got some questions. So we'll try to see how we all did. So if you could please share.
You can still
All you have
scan
to
it
do
from.
is go to this mentimeter.com. I will just put it in the chat also if you can't scan it. So you can just, if you're on a computer, you can go to menti.com, and I'm going to give you the code so you can join.
Yeah, you can see the code on the screen as well in case, or it'll be in the chat too. Okay, if you're all ready, I can move to the first question. What describes your last week the best? Give it a month, yeah. Okay, nice to see some flips too. No flops at all.
I think that little of both is a good thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes we keep going back and forth. We just have to see the frequency coming down or the number or our to-do list coming down slowly.
So we have a couple of people here in the group, so should expect more to come. 8 out of our all the participants have responded.
Nice. Yeah, personally, I'm not keen in the answer, but my answer would be also a little of both. Because sometimes there's some things are still there in my to-do list that I'm trying to get out. But yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you for the honesty. And now we know the number so far. Oh, good, good. Okay, we have more flips than flop. That's good. Okay, I'm going to move to the next question. It's just a little bit more like what we want to talk about. How would you describe your wins, as in whatever you were able to flip? How would you describe them? You can put in some words, or you can tell us what helped you do that as well. If something, it's just a word cloud, so key in your answers. You can enter more than one, I believe. Race, motivation, resilience, enjoyment. Yeah, that's nice. Finding something new, finding something that helps. Joyful, surrender, no pressure. Fearless. Okay, that's nice. Happy. Having clarity, that is so important. Yes.
Feeling the
Like this word
omnipresence.
cloud, yeah. New perspective. That is so much like Uncle says about flipping the switch, right? Finding something different that is. Sairam. Swami does help us in all these things.
Yeah, that is the
Calm.
foundation, right?
Love the answers. Yeah.
Looks like enjoyment and grace has taken a
Mm.
bigger part of us. It's good. We got 10
We
people
can
who
go
have
to the next.
participated.
Thank you so much for the answers. We'll share this screenshot later in our too. And now to the other part. I mean, what do you think? Like, how has your perspective changed towards like the to-do list that you have, or something that has been pending in your bucket for a long time? Where you were talking about getting a new perspective, right? Finding some enjoyment in that. So how has that changed for you? And if it hasn't, also, what is that resistance that you feel? Acceptance. Let it be. Objective approach. The joy when completed.
Not a burden. Let's go.
It's my duty for now. Relief. Yes. Just to remember that, how it would feel when this thing is done and out of your plate. Sometimes you have to see the things that is blocking us, or I mean, the task that is ahead. Is it something that you can outsource? Is there something that you can avoid, or something that you have to go through it? Right? And is there something you wanted to share?
No, no, it's just like what is in the head is what bothers us, right? Less luggage, more comfort. And we use it for the sake of desires most of the time. Swami always says, even when we have to do these to do, and if it's bothering us, we can just leave it to him and he's going to help us do it if we have to do it. And it should not be a pressure on our head, means I think we'll be able to get through all this. Our perspective has been very positive. Our entire group has evolved to the state that we all were hoping to achieve from the last session. What do you think, Brother Suresh? Did you have any comments?
Yeah, I think it's really very encouraging to see that so much of positivity is there. It's very good, very excellent that this is how it is. But hopefully, this is real answers, and this is something.
Yeah.
Aspirational answers.
Yes.
Yeah, there's two types of people. One would want it like that, and the other one was we wish it be like that. We hope that this is really what you are saying. So then it is
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Good. Thank you all for your sharing. So now it is time to move on into deeper stuff in the Bhagavad Gita. And so Saidata is going to be taking us through it with Brother Suresh Guru.
Sairam, now moving to the next, like we were talking about the previous verses, right? About everyday tasks that we are changing. And if you have seen these, the snippet that we had added along with the invitation, it's when we are talking about the blueprint that has been described in our Bhagavad Gita that Lord Krishna has described. Before we go there, Uncle, like, do we even need a blueprint? Like, we all know that a blueprint is needed, but when it comes to like practical stuff, but as in like when it's a project or when it's like understand in my career, but what is the significance or what is the blueprint when it comes to my spiritual growth or like all over growth, I suppose?
Yeah. So this is a very important question, and Swami's grace, by infinite grace, love, and compassion, the Krishna has mentioned that in the Gita verses. You see, when you want to build a house, you need to have a plan. How can we go and tell the architect, do whatever you want? It's not possible, isn't it? You must have a plan in your head. You cannot go to the train station and tell. He asks, where do you want to go? Anywhere, which is the cheapest place. Give me a ticket. You can't say that. You can't go to the plane counter and buy a ticket and so today where would you like to go? Anywhere that the flight takes me. So when you have these ambiguous answers, you don't have a plan in your head. A blueprint or a plan in your head is the basic place in which you want to go to the future. So in the future, you must have already created that. So that's why they always say everything is created twice, one in your head, one in the world outside. So when you have a blueprint for everything in the world, everything that you do, you need to have a plan, you need to have a blueprint, you need to have a plan of execution. Then why not we ask God? Let us assuming that you are all spiritual and we all do all the practices. What is the end result? What is the blueprint of a spiritual person? How does a spiritual person behave? How does an enlightened individual act in this world? It is important for us to understand and know that. Once we understand that that is how we are going to go towards, that's it. Then I start imbibing those qualities. I start inspiring myself to live those values, and then I just be that. And finally, God Himself said, hey, I don't want even you to be a human being. I want you to be God. You are God. You are God. Can you imagine? So if we are God and that is a status we are moving towards, then what is godliness is all about? So that is what Krishna's, this particular situation is, which Arjuna is asking, what is this enlightenment all about? Tell me, please tell me. Then Krishna explains. So this is why a blueprint is necessary. If you don't have one, everything will be done. Activity will be there, but there'll be no productivity. Baba said, Swami said in one verse, I just remembered, Swami said, you can do dhyana, you can do meditation, you can put flowers in the thing, all these things you can put. But what is the point of putting all these things when there's no tinsel of love around the heart? So therefore, this particular as container must have that love. Then when we do all this activity will lead to productivity, efficiency, and everything else. So blueprint is a very critical component. And understanding that and living that means living with a purpose. That's why we need a blueprint. Like, for example, ideal teacher. Okay, if you go into school, okay, excuse me, how do I become an ideal teacher? Oh, you must be innovative, you must be committed, you must make preparations, you must have love for the organization, you must have high tolerance, you must have the ability to do storytelling, you must be social, you must be all these qualities. Then I am not those qualities means then I aspire for those qualities, and at the end of the day when I retire, students, oh, what a wonderful teacher he has been, or the school will say, what a wonderful ideal teacher. Once we once we start moving towards ideals, then that is the personality that we are trying to develop and evolve to. It's like telling a caterpillar, you are parasitizing, you're eating, you're crawling, why are you behaving this way? You can always change. Oh, what's my blueprint? Hey, your blueprint is a butterfly. Caterpillar will never believe this. But caterpillar will never. You mean my blueprint is a butterfly? Yeah. How can I become a butterfly? That is where you need to go into pupa, which is a cocoon, which is a meditative state that you need to go inside. So when the caterpillar decides to go into a cocoon and he breaks off into the cocoon, he becomes a beautiful butterfly, which helps in the pollination, which helps in the whole propagation of the species, which is what butterflies do. So caterpillar start taking, butterflies start giving. So our whole idea of moving towards an ideal state is to move from the giving to the from taking to the giving state. So this is why a blueprint is essential in our journey.
Yes. I think if we are asking why this blueprint, if we are asking the correct questions, that is the first step. And that's what we see in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 54, where Arjuna asks, O Keshava, what is the disposition of one who is situated in divine consciousness? How does an enlightened person talk? How does he sit? How does he walk? So the answers to these are few of the next verses that we will see, and we'll go through one by one and then go to the blueprint, and I'll move back to request Suresh Uncle to share that. Does anyone from the audience, anyone from the participants want to volunteer and read this? Verse 55.
I can.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 55. The Supreme Lord said, O Parth, when one discards all selfish desires and cravings of the senses that torment the mind and becomes satisfied in the realization of the self, such a person is said to be transcendentally situated.
Thank you. Thank you. Sairam.
Sairam.
We will be doing some detailed discussion in our breakout rooms later. For now, we're just going through the answers or the different descriptions that is there in the verses. Uncle, is there anything that you want to add here before we move to the next one?
Yeah. So it is important for us to take note of those of you, or maybe take a snapshot of this. You see, discard selfish desire and craving of the senses. Can you see? That means to say what he's saying, if you are moving towards spirituality, if you're moving towards enlightenment, if you're moving towards knowledge, selfish desires are going to become lesser and lesser and lesser and lesser. And the key word is transcendentally situated. Wow, powerful. Not only means you transcend the senses and you're very powerfully situated in a situation where this is a most powerful state of being, where you're not moved by anything by the external. That's what Krishna is saying. What a powerful state. If we are all developing to this state, we'll be very strong and powerful and very effective in this world, because then you are not influenced by anything in the outer world. Wow, such an individual will be something that is a power to reckon with. And that is exactly true, because Arjuna fell. You see, look at this state. Arjuna fell. He's supposed to do this war, and he is now fallen. The bow and arrow have fallen. Now, this is the rehabilitation process for him to rise up and become an effective person. But for that, he must move away from the senses. So can you see this is so now any time when we're having a problem in our life, anything that is affecting us, check and see. Am I moving away from my senses? Is this really, am I transcendentally situated? Wow, this is a new phrase that we can ask. Are you transcendentally situated? Next time you have an argument with your spouse, spouse, are you transcendentally situated?
Yeah, that'll be a heavy question. About this, I know Sister Advaita shared a very interesting question about the selfish desires. There are some situations or some things that easily we can tell, okay, this is a desire and this is not. But sometimes there are things which are like in the border, or maybe we don't understand properly. Like a very beautiful example that Sister Advaita sent me today was, if I'm planning a trip or just going out somewhere for a travel and I'm planning for that, and it is not for the greater good, but something that I want to do, does that count as a selfish desire? Or if it's, I just try to
No.
find some excuse that would align with Swami's words for me to go for it.
No. If you're already born for a greater good, even an ordinary holiday will become a greater good. Because from that holiday, you will meet the right people, do the right things, you'll get connected, you will become. If you're not connected, if you're not born for a greater good, even the greatest pilgrimage will never be. As Swami Chinmayanda once said, you take a lime from Kashi to Kanyakumari to every there, you cut the lime, it still be sour. So the point of the story is that if you're born for greater good, anything that you do will always be seen, something good will come out of it. It's the other way around.
So, brother,
Vishnu,
for
very
that
hard to say.
question, if I can ask, like,
Sure,
so,
sure, sure.
no, I mean, what exactly do you mean, like, by if you're born for the greater good?
Yeah. So if
Like,
in the mind you say, "Oh Lord, I'm here for a higher purpose. I want to do things for the humanity. I
Okay,
want to
close.
always help people. I always want to." So vibrate with this frequency. When you're vibrating with this frequency, even when you go for a holiday, suddenly somebody you'll bump into that will guide you somewhere. Oh, you have not seen this. Have you gone to this pilgrimage place? Oh, you should go and see. Somebody will guide you to you never been to that place. Suddenly, my God, I never thought of coming to this place. And suddenly somebody guided me here, and you are taking snapshot of. See, there'll always be connectivity to, because you're vibrating with a higher frequency. The whole purpose of spirituality is to keep vibrating with a higher frequency. The world will open up to amazing opportunities. So we need not worry about whether it is selfish or selfless. Always live in this selfless state where I'm born for a higher purpose. I want to do things. Swami, it is you. I want to do things for you. That's all. Then everything becomes a holiday. Everything becomes a resort. We never need to take a break. We are forever in this state. Then that means you are transcendentally situated.
so whatever, even if I'm like, that means I always have the higher good in the back of my mind or something like that.
Yes,
That's it. Then forever
that's
you are
what
in
we
tada.
understand.
You don't have to be to do. You forever in a tada, tada, tada. Everything is tada because you are in that state all the time. Go to work, tada. In the taxi where you're driving in a grab, you're sitting in the car, traffic jam. You talk to the grab driver. Do you know a lot of things can be got from grab? How many years have you been driving grab? What kind of life you live? So much that grab driver is teaching us. Every session I sit with the grab driver or someone takes me, I always talk to them. Even air hostess, steward, how long have you been working? Where do you, some lesson will come from there. My God, how did you manage to do that? So there's so much learning. The whole universe is full of, that's why when you do Arati, if you look at how we do the Arati, first we do it to God, right? We do then when you say Narayana, Narayana, we take the Arati to everybody, right? We take it to everybody. Why? Because we now need to respect the divine in everyone. You're doing Arati to everybody. So every divine individual who has got God inside them, we are also respecting, revering. So from you also, I need to learn the lesson. From you, the whole world is the whole universe is university. That is what Swami said. But for that, we have to vibrate in that frequency to allow the doors to open.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move to the next verse. That's in continuation of the answer. Anybody wants to read this?
I can read it.
Go ahead. Thank you.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 56. One whose mind remains undisturbed amidst misery, who does not crave for pleasure, and who is free from attachment, fear, and anger, is called a sage of steady wisdom.
Because these are words that we know is right. I mean, I know I should not have anger. I know I should not have fear, should be ready to take risk. But sometimes when these kind of situation keeps happening after like you question like how many times am I supposed to forgive the same thing? Right? So and then it creeps in. So
Yeah. So this is where Baba said, I was telling just now, Baba said, hey, are you doing meditation? And that person replies, yes, Swami, I'm doing meditation now. If he replies back to you, Swami said, if you're replying to me that you're doing meditation, that means you're not doing meditation. So the question now is that when the first statement, what is it? Oh, when you're vibrating with a higher frequency, that's what the Krishna's first verse is, vibrate with a higher frequency. When you're vibrating with a higher frequency, we need not ask how many times should I forgive? Because it means that our frequency has been lowered. So when we are already in that high frequency state, we need not worry, because when you are anything that happens to us, any sorrow, you will know, oh, okay, what is this supposed to teach me now? How am I supposed to now undertake? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? This is how the mind should work. Oh, why of all the people this should come to me? This is not how that is the case. Means why Kunti Devi with Pandavas, with Krishna there? Krishna is with you, and yet you are 14 years in the forest, 13 years in the forest. What is it? I mean, I would have asked Krishna, you are with me, you are useless. You should have now taken us back to Astiniputra, and we would have managed to get everybody together, and yet the war has started. Why? Hey, that is not the question. This is how it's supposed to be. But in the process of going through, I must have my unperturbed mind, and I must have the steady mind to understand why is this happening to me? What lessons am I supposed to learn and move towards it? That is why it must be undisturbed. It means miseries or whatever it is. Yes, what to do? It has to go through. Let me go through. So when you have that higher frequency, we'll always be free from attachment, fear, and all these things are not necessary. So whenever you have fear, whenever you have anger, whenever you have attachment, it means only one point: we are not vibrating with a higher frequency. That's all. See, that's the only indication you must have. So when I'm fearful, oh, I'm not vibrating with the higher frequency. Oh my God. When I'm sad, oh, I'm not vibrating. So when you have that regulation, you move back up again to the higher point. See, that is how to keep the spiritual upliftment in our temperaments, in our way in which we lead our life. That is what Krishna is saying. It is not a Ethiopian philosophy. It is a very, very powerful. You see, when you're very excited and when you're totally thinking, your mind will not be perturbed by the problems. If you look at this guy, what was his name? Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. His son died. Another son died. So much problems he had. But he was just continuously focused only on developing all his discoveries, and all the tragedies that took place, he just continued his life. And finally, when France declared public holiday, he limped. Why he limped? Because he was having polio. Once half the leg was paralyzed. He was walking like that. He was in that miserable state. He walked to that ward state, and when the president declared France as public holiday right in front of him, he just came up there and said, I just did my duty, sir. That's all. And he finished one line. I just did my duty. So what is that state? Unperturbed, continuously focusing only on the objective, without attachment and fear. So I'm just giving you a person from a worldly sense who managed to achieve so much in life. Like that, if we also in our own thing have this attitude, this is the fine tuning necessary in our personality. That's what Krishna is saying.
I should not be asking how many times I should forgive now.
Correct. How many times we ask me? If you ask how many times, that means we are not vibrating at the frequency.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter any number of times also it happened as finish. Like thank you, Swami, for finishing this karma. Thank you, Swami, for giving me this annoying person who continues to irritate me. Thank you, Swami, I must have done something to him. Okay, thank you, like that. So just clear.
Sairam. The next verse is also again a continuation of this answer. Any new participant wants to read this?
I can.
Sure, please go ahead.
Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, verse 57. One who remains unattached under all conditions and is neither delighted by good fortune nor dejected by tribulation, he is a sage with perfect knowledge.
This is the definition by Bhagwan's letter to his brother, who is my devotee, one who is now affected by both extremes. So that is the definition of Bhagwan. So now I go to my boss. So I do whatever I want to do. And my boss says, why did you do all these things? Oh, I did it because I like to do it. Then you get out of the job. You move on. You don't say that to your boss. The boss has got his own terms of reference. You specify the boss, you get your rewards. That's how we do it in the material world. In the same way, our teacher, who's a extreme CEO, he has got a term of, hey, my devotee must be one who is, both extremes must be the same. Okay, this is your terms of reference, your TOR. So now I must now practice this in my life. Whatever extreme, I must now be balanced. Whatever sorrow comes in, whatever sadness, whatever fortune, okay, do I have the balance? Oh, Bhagavan, for good things, Swami, this is your grace, Swami, this is your grace. So they're having that attitude of dedication. So this quality can only come in the mind if you are dedicated. If your mind is dedicated, that means you're just living for his benefit. Only you. Once we have that kind of attitude, then That is how to become a sage. See, our life, what are we supposed to be? We must get out from our cage to become a sage. Rajinikanth punch dialogue, man. So, we must come out from our cage, which is all limited and confined and angry, selfish, to a selfless sage. From a cage to a sage, how to become this? What Krishna is giving the prescription.
And this is just listing out the points that was mentioned. And this is what you were talking about, the blueprint, right? Where we have all these things laid out by our master.
Yeah.
Discards. Sorry, I was going.
No, it's a beautiful way. This is really a good way of doing the work, because that means you're now taken out all Krishna's statements, and he's telling us this is the recipe to make the cake. Now I must make the cake according to the recipe. That's all. And now I just see from after making the cake, and then you give it to somebody, and then he tastes it. Then they say, "What is this? A cake? Oh my God! You better put a label that is a cake, because I can't decipher that from the taste." Then you know the cake is really out. But now we need to make it according to the recipe. Okay, now we must see how far are we from this desire, from these ideals. That's all. That's all the spiritual practices that we need to do. Discuss what is the ideal, how far we are from the ideal, and finally maybe we are too. Automatically simply. So someone says, I have no time, means you're selfish. That's all. That's what Krishna is telling, not we are telling. Krishna is telling selfish. Because the selfish desire is so much you want to fulfill that you don't have time. See, once we have that regulating power, that means I will never say I don't want time. I will never complain. I will that is what this whole exercise is all about. Okay.
Can you see mine?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so discard selfish desires, having more time and energy for getting closer to God, being a happier person, discarding selfish desires, which is actually the Atma quality, and driving more purity.
Okay. Look at this. This is a very another added thing. The idea when you reduce yourself, I'm getting closer to God. Hey, the whole purpose of doing all this puja, all this jhana, and all this is to get closer to God. So what is stopping me? My selfishness. If I reduce that, I get closer to you. Why should I have the selfish desire when I can get closer to you? See, this why becomes very strong in me. See, if I can focus on some of these things, I don't want to be selfish anymore, because I can get closer to you. So this is what that powerful statements, Shilpa, very nice. This is very good. Thank you so much.
Joy is something we found in all the slides.
Okay, fine.
We said like it makes happy and acceptance.
Okay, Manori, this is the most crucial thing. In everything, if we can have less and less more and more selflessness, first quality you'll accept is acceptance. Once I start accepting certain things, I can progress to something else. So the quality of acceptance can come. If it's selfish means, why did this happen to me? I should not have. God was so cruel. You'll have 1,000 things to blame and everybody else to be condemning, isn't it? But the moment I'm selfless, oh Lord, thank you. I accept whatever that is happening. This must be my karma. Thank you so much. You see, you have that acceptance attitude. Can you see? This is the benefit of it. That is why we purposely put characteristics and benefit, because benefit gives you the why. If you don't move towards the why, as spiritual people, you will get caught in the how and the what. The how and the what is ritual. It is in the why that makes you spiritual. So most of the time we get caught in the how and the what. We put the puja, we put all that is good, but we do not know why. And we lose out the whole essence. And Swami said, those who are not questioning, the doors of jnana will never open. So this is what the whole thing. Okay, let's take the second one. Okay, Manori, since you're on there, let's finish your second one. No, put your.
Advaita also has one. Okay.
Oh, sorry, Advaita has got.
No, we were in the same group.
Okay.
Yeah.
I went to all the 4 groups. Yeah, Manori, finish yours.
Yeah. So the second one we said like remains undisturbed amidst praises and accusations. It's calm, peace, and equanimity.
Okay. Question is, why should you have undisturbed peace? Undisturbed means your mind must be equanimous. Why should you have equanimity? Why? You must question why you should have the same equanimity. Why? Do you know?
Yeah, it is because you are always very peaceful. You're not.
Why should you want peaceful? Why should you have this peace? Because Prema Vahini Baba said, Prema Vahini Baba said, only in Shanti can buddhi be developed. Aha, this is the breakthrough. This is why we need to see the teacher is telling, be steadfast, be equanimous. You ask him, why should I be like this? I want to be agitated. I want to be angry. I want to be restless. Who are you to tell me not to be? Baba is telling, you can be Shanti, but the problem is when you are in Shanti, only then buddhi can be developed. Hey, why should I develop buddhi? Only in buddhi can I make effective decisions. Only in buddhi I must have clarity. Hey, in my life to live, I must have clarity. How can clarity come? Equanimity. How can equanimity? I must be undisturbed. You see, I got the why. So now I can use this and live in my life with clarity. So I want people to understand that the spiritual practices is meant to live in this world happily and joyously. That is what the teacher is trying to do. Krishna is trying to teach Arjuna where he was drowned. That is exactly in our situation also. Oh, this is what you're telling me. So always don't accept anything. You have to question the why. Why should I be? If I want to be arrogant about it, what's with you? Why can't I be? I want to have selfish desire. So what? Why should I not be? That is what the young people are asking, isn't it? I want to do. That's what. So question that. Challenge the question, and then you will find that the teacher is telling for the welfare of your own progress and prosperity. Okay, next one. Saidata, show yours.
May I say something here? Doesn't it
Please.
also imply that we are detached? So there's a detachment automatically if you don't care when
yes.
you're praised or if somebody says negative things about you. You're detached from that.
Correct.
So it's a one step going higher up in your self-realization.
Okay, so this is the thing, sister, because the reason is, remember when we started the first one, we talked about operating in a higher frequency. The moment you're operating in a higher frequency, you are detached to most of the things in the lower frequency that's happening. So you remain there. When you're there, you're calm. So when sometimes certain things happen, you lower yourself to that level and then, okay, and then come back again to the steady state. Now, our problem is we are swimming in our all problems, chaos, confusion, and occasionally we drift up to the higher frequency. And then we come back. So we go to sadhana camp, we feel pain. We are there in the sadhana camp, we felt so good. And so whenever I am in the bhajan hall, I feel so good. So occasionally we're given the thing, and then we come back into our own quagmire of problems. Actually, the real state is we should be there in the higher state, operating at a frequency, and then come down and then help people and okay, fine, done. Okay. That is the state in which we should be arriving at. If we arrive that kind of state, that is what the teacher is trying to do. Then in that sense, we'll have higher equanimity, greater buddhi, clarity, we'll have wisdom, and then meditation, blissful. So then we have powerhouse, then we help other people to move. We become transmitters of peace and love. That is it. So you're right in saying that, because actually when we are detached, we will become undisturbed. Nothing will happen. When something happen, something good things happen, Swami, this is all your reward, Bhagavan. You, Swami, you are the one. So we want, we don't want to be participant. The doership, we start losing out. So that's very nice. Saidata, quickly.
The second one was remain undisturbed amidst praises and accusations, right? And this one was better mental and physical health. You're not worried much, and that results to better sleep.
Actually, spiritual people, dear brothers and sisters, spiritual people, you should sleep deeply, because if you are having disturbed sleep, you need to question your spirituality. Sleep must be the prerogative. I mean, that doesn't mean sleep 24 hours. What I'm saying is when you're supposed to sleep, you should sleep deeply. And when you wake up, you must wake up like a lion. Thank you, Bhagavan, for a wonderful day. You're given me enough day. Give me one more day. Like that. That attitude must be there. So physical health and mental health is undisturbed mind, because today doctors are saying the mind and the body are now connected. There are 10,000 publications connecting the brain and the gut axis. There's a total connection. So if you're peaceful and happy, your gut functions very well, your health is restored. Lots of our medical problems are coming from the mind. This is what the key thing is. So whenever people get sick, whenever a student gets sick, I always call them, okay, tell me what's happening in your life. Then I start from there. No, okay, what's that? No, then I question, there'll be some problem at home. Okay, why is this problem affecting you? So surely we can sort out. So this is a very important point that Sai Datta's group has managed to develop that. So very good. It's a contribution. Next one, Shilpa.
Okay. Having more self-confidence and move through life happier and unaffected by the outside world, not taking things personally and being more loving.
Yeah. So that's it. So you see, automatically when you undisturbed mind, what happened? It is here. Remember, buddhi developed. In Shanti, buddhi will. When buddhi comes out with very sharp, buddhi is not intellect. Buddhi is the intelligence. That when intelligence comes up, what happens? Wow, you have a sense of great confidence. And it is only self-confidence that takes you to self-realization. So really, this is really, if you want to go to the mountain top, you have to have oxygen mask, you have to have all the necessary apparatus. So here the teacher is telling, if you want enlightenment, you want to go to the highest state of consciousness, first you must get your peace. Peace is MSc, bliss is PhD. You can't go to bliss if you cannot have peace. See, so there's no point, you can't go to PhD level unless. So if you cannot get peace at the momentary things, how to get bliss? Oh, I'm having bliss. How can you be having bliss when the whole thing is totally messy? So cannot be. So inside our mind, everything that happens, peaceful. And then that peace should graduate to bliss. So this is why there's a higher state of consciousness, but the prerequisite is peace. Okay, very nice. Thank you, sister. The Advaita.
Sai Manori.
Sai Manori. I finished. Sai Manori finished. Advaita.
Oh, I think it's our group, brother. We just had only two things to add. It's getting rid of the ego when you are equanimous. When people praise you or bring you down, just it gets rid of our ego completely, and we are more stable.
Yeah, you see the statement that you made. How do you get rid of the ego? The ego can only be got rid of if the intelligence can evaluate. So now remember, mind is peaceful. Now the buddhi develop. The buddhi will evaluate your ego. Hey, that day you said something, your ego. The intellect will continuously insult and humiliate you. This is what is called conscience. That conscience will keep on telling, that day you said something wrong. You are egoistic. I'm not. Yes, you are egoistic. Then you go, I'm so sorry that day I said something. See, immediately. Why go so far? Those people who are angry, upset, never talk to each other for 20 years, they are people who keep inside, you, Suresh, you don't know what happened to that person. He has insulted me. I will never forget that insult. And suddenly, all you just need to do is have 2 streaks of blood coming from your nose. And you take a white handkerchief and touch it. Oh, blood. You go to the doctor and doctor says, very sorry to tell you that you only got 5 months to live. And then suddenly, you'll knock on the door of the, so sorry that day. Hey, what happened? 2 blood streaks. 2 blood flowing here allows you to become forgiven. Why can't we just forgive? Why can't we just forgive? Why do you need the body to tell you should forgive? So this is the point. So who evaluates that? The buddhi. How did the buddhi develop? Equal-mindedness. You see, equal-minded. That is what. This is the benefit of it. Okay, give you another good. If you cannot forgive, what happens? If you cannot forgive and you die and go, that inability to not forgive will be locked in your mind force. You know what happens? Next life again you have to come back, and the same character will come back to you, because the examination you have not passed. So the same paper, you have to sit for the same paper. Then you say, why is this guy irritating? Because you did not forgive him in the last life. You got out. So every time you need to know,
haunt them.
let go, because peace can be. See, this is, you need to understand the mechanism of the spiritual thing, how the teacher is trying to impress upon us to clean. Less luggage, easy travel means don't put anything inside the heart. Okay, so we have covered now all 4 finished. Now go to the third one. Manohari.
Yeah. The third one is free from fear. The benefits are like peace.
Okay, what is the free from fear? Okay, so what free? See, Krishna's quality. Look at how his statement. The whole thing of Krishna. What is the first quality that you must have in one of the chapters? Krishna said, fearlessness. So the whole purpose of spirituality is fearlessness. It means courage, fearless. I mean, how you feel? God is with me. Why should I fear? Not and keep on. And then your side devotee, yes. Then why are you fearful? I know Swami is there, but she's fearful. Hey, if he's there, you allow him to drive the flight. I mean, you would ask him to pilot the flight. Let go. Who are you to worry about? This is what fearlessness means. Supposing, no, it won't, just let it go. Let him handle it. If it is to happen, then that is his will. But if it is the case, so that surrender feeling must be there. Otherwise, when you have continuous fear, do you know there are lots of people with lots of fear? Even to sleep, you need light. Can you imagine? So I asked that one lady, told me, when I sleep, I need that bulb light. So when you sleep, can you see the light? No. Then why you need? So I said, if you sleep, To sleep, you need the light, but when your eyes are shut, you cannot see the light, right? Yeah. Then why do you need the light? No, but you know that. See, you already the mind is conditioned. Oh, I must have light. See. This is what the whole mind. The mind creates unnecessary fear, unnecessary agitation, unnecessary. So the mind therefore has hijacked our purpose. So, but Atma is saying, hey, fearlessness. That is what faith in God means. Next one, Advaita.
Brother, somebody said like as they were growing up as kids, like, they were like fearless and all. But as they are like getting older, having kids, grandkids and all, now that
Yes.
worry, that anxiety is creeping in, like,
Yeah, correct. The
and
grandkids and the kids are your kids. You see, the problem here, fear is my kids. Oh, whatever, my kids must grow. My kids must get the right husband, wife. My kid. See, what is the problem? Your problem is not the kids. The problem is my, which is what Sai Prasanna told in the earlier version that that fear can go only when ego goes. The mother of fear is ego. Ego is a child. The mother who gave birth to fear is the ego. So that's what Sai Prasanna said. We will become more aware of our ego through the buddhi that is developed. So then now, my children, neighbors' children, you're not affected, isn't it? All the other neighbors, the whole community children, they can go whatever they want to go. But my children, so what is that? You see, this is the problem. When you go to temple, you come out, oh, you're worried, Swami, Krishna, may my two slippers be outside my temple. See, that's what we were praying for. So why don't you pray for other people's slippers? Because you are not taking other people's slippers. Only your slippers you're worried. So my slippers must be okay, Krishna, Rama. See how? So therefore, whenever we add the word my, fear is the shadow of that my that will follow. That's why Swami said that you look at your prayer, the last line of your prayer. What is that?
Make me an
Take my hands.
instrument.
What's the last line?
Make
Can you
me an
remember?
instrument.
Yeah.
Take my
Take my
everything and make me an instrument.
okay, look at this. I always see laugh. Take my everything and let me be who. Take my everything. I want sometimes. Hey, you just said take my everything. What does it mean? Take my husband, wife, everything. Take away, take my property, take my house, take my everything. Ooh, how proudly we declare. And suppose Lord came and said, yeah, Swami, why you have come? No, you told me to take everything. Now give me everything. Oh, no, Swami, I didn't say everybody is chanting the prayer. So I also said, but take my everything means what? Oh Lord, take the word, the notion of I and my. Once I take I and my, nothing is mine in this world. You have just given me a temporary place to stay. This is your children which you have asked me to look after. This is your house that you have asked me to look after. Then why should I have fear? You do. That kind of fearlessness is what Krishna is talking about. Okay, next one. Advaita. Finish. Advaita, finish, right? Okay, Silpa.
Looking at things differently and driving more love.
Yeah.
Swami says, why fear when I am here? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So fear is what that puts you in perspective. That's what Shilpa said. Fear is what that puts you in why I see certain things I don't want to see in other. Fear puts you into comfort. You don't take risks. You don't come out. That is why, for that purpose only, Krishna said, I had to teach the humanity. That's why I was born in a jail. Please pity me. My biography started in a jail. All of you were born in hospitals and maternity home. I was only born in a jail to teach all of you that you should, when you are born, your jail door should open and come out just as me. So when I come out of my jail door, I'm fearless. That is to say, if you remain in the jail, you'll be having fear. So once you come out, your perspective will be different. Your outlook will be different. Your behavior will be different because you're out of your fear. So this is what
The other one, for the same one, for free from fear, we are able to experience love and feeling empowered.
Yeah, that's it. Experiencing. Once you have no fear, then you don't become judgmental. The other day when I went to the function and then this person said something and I didn't want to say anything. So you conclude a lot of things as you in your life which you want to. But now you don't have any those kind of connection because you're free of judgment. You don't have any, your mind is open, free, and you're able to feel love. You see, to give love is one thing, but to feel love, oh, that is a powerful feeling. Do you know, out of the 8.4 million species, you are considered one of the species. You know why you're special? The reason why you're special is not because you're a car, house, husband, wife, children. All these things are secondary reason. The only reason why you should feel special is because God gave us a chance to be a human being. let's say we have been born as a rat, what can we do? Or dog. Dog will say, wow, and then you are sitting in the altar and saying, oh, it's only different, two sound different. So, so lucky for our sake, we're born as a human being. One of the most rarest human species or rarest species on earth is that itself is so special, it's amazing. And that is the privilege we have. So we should feel that uniqueness and that privilege like that. So, who else is there? So, should I finish? Anyone
May I
else?
ask a question again, please? I was listening to some other videos by Yogananda and all that stuff, and Baba also, that everything happens due to God's will. There's nothing really in our control. Then, even if we feel fear, isn't it also His will that we should go through that episode of feeling fear and then learn to get out of it? That's also an experience done by His will, that if
No.
He is the doer of everything.
It's like saying when we asked our child, why is it that you are getting only 35%, 40% in your school text? And it is God's will. And we conclude that, then we can't aspire for 100%. So, in order for us to feel fearful, that is our current status, that is our current state. By experiencing that fear, we are only limiting ourselves from experiencing the fullest potential, which is the Atma. So, who is conditioning us? The mind. So what has happened? His mind took us out and we put us in a cage, and we continuously condition us to live that. So we should ask ourselves, hey, why are you limiting me? I should feel fearless. So the will of God is number one, to understand why we are fearful. Number two, to move towards God by destroying all the jails that keep us. That is the will of God. So to know that you are in fear is also the will of God. So Swami's grace must be there. So in other words, that is why we are doing the seva. You see, the point of the story is when you keep on doing seva, going for bhajan, keep on all this, what are you doing? We are accumulating grace. When we are accumulating grace, the grace itself will come to us to give us the revelation. What? Hey, I've been living so long in this fear. Why should I be living in this fear? Who gave that revelation? Grace. Why we got the grace? Because Baba said grace is proportional to effort. So through the effort, we get the grace. Grace increases the awareness. Awareness will remove that jail, and we get liberated. That's the whole idea. So the process is like that. So the will of God is that to know that going to a center, we just continue, but we continuously must take effort to do that. And through this satsang, for example, now you will get, and then you will go and tell somebody else, and then you will insist on that. So you are also transmitters of that particular grace, and that grace also goes to other people. And as a result of that, knowledge comes. Nice. Okay. We have got two more.
It's time, brother, actually. And I know that we were thinking of doing a meditation session where we can really see the progress of really following one of these things. I know we have 3 more characteristics. Should we just move that to the next session?
Yeah, we do the visualize. Okay, we wanted to. Are you saying we do the visualization now?
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're
Yeah.
up to it, it'll be good to
So
place
can
our
we?
desire to be in the divine consciousness in front of Swami.
Okay. So let's finish up that, and then we got 3 more, right? How many more we got? 3 or 3 more.
Yeah.
So can you understand? I just want you to conclude by understanding. See, just by going through some of these things, you see that it just opens up. Does it? Is that
I
is
can
that
share.
Yeah,
is that your experience?
Yes, the hooks.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just do a visualization. This is a closing part. Somebody can put the music and just put back the screen, sister. I just want to see this. Yeah, no. Somebody put the screen. That just now. That's now the.
Oh, should
the
I?
benefit screen, Saidata.
Yeah. Okay. I thought, Uncle, we were doing the visualization, so I hid it again. Okay.
No, it's okay. Just. So now, all of you, please close your eyes. Gently close your eyes and focus only on your breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You feel your whole body from the top of the head to the tip of your toe. You feel a nice, beautiful, warm relaxation going through you. You feel completely relaxed. You can feel your breathing so even. The whole week's activities just wafting away. You're experiencing so much of bliss, happiness, and joy. You see a light in the eye. This divine light, let it just slowly come down, down, down to your heart, and you can feel your whole heart filled with a lotus. The whole heart is blossoming like a lotus. The whole heart, like a lotus, receives this light. Then the lotus disappears. The light now travels all the way down, down, down to your legs, to your left leg, and then crosses over to your right side. And both your legs now are touched by the light of the divine. We say a prayer, O Lord, may my legs only take me to places of worship, only takes me to places of positivity. Let the light now travel up, up to your body, to your stomach, to your chest. You can feel the whole chest filled with love. Let the light now travel down to the left hands, fingers, travel across your neck to the right side, right fingers, both hands are now touched by the light of the divine. O Lord, may my hands touched by the light of the divine only be used to serve you, serve humanity, and always fold in reverence, in prayers. Let the light now travel from the throat all the way to your mouth. O Lord, may my tongue touched by the light of the divine only speak the truth and say and sing your glory. May it travel to your eyes, and may I only see divine in everyone. May it travel to my ears, O Lord. May I only see things that are positive. And now your whole body touched by the light of the divine, seated right at the top, you can feel the whole light spreading to everyone in your family, in your center. You can feel the light spreading to everyone throughout the flora and the fauna of your country. Throughout the whole world, you can feel your whole world lit up. And right now, you're standing right on top of the world. And there you feel Bhagavan's presence coming forward, walking to you, for you now have earned His grace and love. And you're now looking at Swami's eyes. Swami is looking at you, and with that beautiful vision, you see your pure enlightened self. This is a state that we want to aspire for. We want to drop everything and be this state. Oh Lord, Bhagavan, may all my selfish desires drop. May I be only a selfless instrument. A selfless instrument. May my thoughts, agitated thoughts, disappear. May I only have equanimity. May I not be affected by the external world. May I always remain peaceful, happy. Oh Lord, the enlightened self is a state where I should be free from fear. Oh Lord, let me be free from fear. May my heart feel fearlessness, courage, confidence. In this state, let me be free from anger, from attachment. Let me just be pure, undisturbed self. And all the positive or the negative things that happen in my life, let me be undisturbed. Let me experience equanimity. This is the state that I would like to achieve, Bhagavan. May I receive your blessings. May I always receive your grace to achieve this beautiful state. This is what your teachings are. This is what you want me to be. Let me always aspire to be this state, fearless, free of attachment, equanimous, totally selfless, an ideal instrument so that I bob in this ocean of humanity, helping others in the process and reaching you just as how the river of my life must reach the ocean of bliss. Let this be a reality, Bhagavan. May I always receive your bliss, blissful grace, this beautiful state. May I wake up and may I face this world with this new state of consciousness that I want to aspire for. Sairam, Sairam. Thank you, Swami. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Sairam, Sairam, Sairam.
Thank you, everyone, for staying the extra few minutes for this lovely visualization. We'll continue this discussion in our next episode, which will be August. I have the date as well. August 3rd is our first Sunday every month. Auntie, is there anything you want to say? I don't know what to say after the visualization. It's like now I should just keep quiet and say Sai Ram.
Just to another note is that all of you are invited for the Zone 4 conference in Kuala Lumpur in September 4th, 5th September 5th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. We're expecting 800 to 1,000 over devotees. We've got booked a very nice big hall. It's you can visit KL, and after that you can visit some of the sightseeing places. Kuala Lumpur is very beautiful. Malaysia is a very beautiful place to visit. So those of you are free and those of you are capable of coming, wanting to come, yearning to come, please come. There's no registration fee except the hotels you have to just book. And the hotels that we've chosen are all very close to the venue as well. So you just need to be a walking distance from there. So the registration forms have been sent. So those of you are interested to please come.
Thank you, brother. Thanks for the invitation.
Brother Suresh, I just want to thank you for conducting this meeting every month and talking about very serious things and yet making it very, very entertaining. Thank you so much for bringing joy, and your acting and everything makes it wonderful. Thank you.
Cyrus, thank you so much.
Rajinikanth jokes included. Thank you, brother. I think, Saidata, we're going to be having anything. We're going to be measuring our progress, right? And so we'll
Yes,
send
we still
something.
did not do the last 2 points, so that's why I did not share it.
Yeah.
Because maybe in August episode we'll reach
Whatever
there.
we discuss, probably we can keep watchful of what we learned today. So we'll send you something. Thank you. Thank you all for joining.
Sairam.
Thank you.
Sai Ram.
Bye, Ram.
Sairam.
Thank you so much.